First of all, I would like to thank Landscape Istanbul and World Urban Parks for having me here on this trade fair. And of course, I want to thank you for staying out so long after a long day. And for me, it's a special pleasure to be here in Istanbul. That's 47 years ago. I undertook the trip from the Netherlands, with the green arrow, to Istanbul. With two friends, I bought a car and I drove over to Istanbul. And after that, I've been here many times. I like your town, and it's a big pleasure for me to be here again. As you may know, the Netherlands also means the lowlands. That's because, you know, the River Rhine and the River Meuse, I guess it's in English, they all end up in the Netherlands. So in the end, we are a swampy river delta, and you can see it if you see our country from the North Sea side. You can see all these rivers ending up in our country, and that's causing a lot of problems, challenges. And Gabino from Barcelona, he whispered, "This day it seems all to be about water." So I fit into the story. Of course, we are a very small country. We are also a crowded country. We have about 18 million people living in our country, and it's quite, you know, we are a vulnerable country. We are on. I will show it later on. We are considered one of the most dangerous places to live on Earth. Here you can see that this is how it will look in 2040. This is the area that is, well, can be flooded, and this is a picture how our country might look in 2130. So because here it is, number 12 we are. It's because up till now, God created the world, but the Dutch engineers created the Netherlands. You know, in this swampy river delta, we built dikes, we built pumps, we built even bigger pumps to get the water out. But this isn't going to work till the end of this century. We had wake-up calls in 1953. Then we had a big flood coming from the sea, and we started building what we call the delta works, and bigger dikes, bigger pumps. And in 1993, 1995, and recently 2021, we got some serious river floodings. And these river floodings led to another policy. It's called Room for the River program. So instead of building bigger dikes, we have given back nature to the river, to make more space. And this created also some nice river parks, which are flooding areas when water level is high, but can be used as a park when the water is low. But I didn't put it on this sheet, but as you can see over here, this truck is watering a bridge. And it's because of the heat island effect in most of our cities. And why is he watering the bridge? Because it couldn't open again. So heat and drought is also a very big problem in the Netherlands. And I'm glad Treef is still around. Yeah, here he is. Because we expect that about 2/3 of the city trees that we know now will not survive due to the climate change. So we are starting a research project with some members of AEPH and a Dutch university to do research on which kind of species do we need in 2085. And we have to start this research now, so that the tree growers have time enough to provide us with a new kind of species in 2085. So water and drought is also a very big problem in the Netherlands. And, well, it's not on this slide too, but, you know, it takes time to grow a tree. And in a dense city, you don't always have place to plant a tree, especially when you want a tree to grow up. Otherwise, it will be, it will still be a tiny tree after 10 years. So we also are starting a research project on, I hope it's translated, city pergolas. You know, some city structures that can be grown with plants for those places where you can't plant a tree, or where you can't plant a tree that will be able to grow. But now to Stadswerk. I show you a little movie. Seems to be no sound. There's no sound.
Together, on January 27, 1920, this network became the Association of Civil Engineering Chiefs, later known as NIDIG, to merge in 1992 with the Association of Urban Parks Services to form the association Stadswerk, the Netherlands. The design, layout and management of public space is an ongoing process. More and more residents, users and new functions are asking for space. Economic interests, quality of life and health compete for priority. The Netherlands are urbanizing. The pressure on public space is increasing. In the Netherlands, we know how to shape this in high-quality public space. We can be proud of that. Every day, we work hard on further improvement towards a sustainable living environment with a future in every respect, a future green city. In the coming years, Stadswerk will continue the development and exchange of practical knowledge and experience, focusing extra attention towards greening, climate adaptation and circular economy, resulting in quality gain, ultimately profiting all 17 million public space users. We are Stadswerk, 100 years and beyond.
Okay, so that's about our national association. And as you know, World Urban Parks is the international federation association, and I think it's very important for all of you to be a member of such an association to share knowledge. So I'm sure you can sign up with Louise to become a member of World Urban Parks, and those who are Dutch can come over to me and you can be a member of Stadswerk too. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. So, these two men are the founders of Stadswerk. The man on the left, he's called Willem Hofkamp, and he was a civil engineer. The man on the right is Peter Westbroek, and he was a green professional. I'm showing you these two men because they took the initiative to start sharing knowledge. And although they don't look very enthusiastic, they were very enthusiastic men in their time to cooperate and to get people together. And we really need those two, we need this in all those associations. So Stadswerk also unites civil engineers and green professionals. And I think that's very important. I think that most of you, I guess you are green professionals, and I don't have to convince you about the importance of greening the cities, but we also need, you know, the civil engineers, because the cities are going to be densely populated, less space, so we also need technical solutions to build a city with future. That's what we call the future green city. So how we worked as a Stadswerk. If you are in an association in your country yourself, make sure you root well in the regions, join forces nationally and internationally, meet and connect. Okay? I guess the importance of the meetings like this, It's nice to have all these presentations, but it's even better to talk with each other and hear about what you are doing and what you are going to do. Of course, pick the important themes, because you can't pay attention to everything. And public space, that's the place where it's happening. I thought Tim already mentioned in his presentation the importance of public space for well-being, for health. It's very important. So, this a bit about Stadswerk. No, I'm not going to read all these figures. We also publish a magazine, and we have a small team because we use the knowledge of our members to share information. So this is our activities in 2023. As you can see, well, it's in Dutch, but it's valuable green, biodiversity, climate adaptation, and circular economy. And if I divide it according to the participants, you see that green is a very important issue within our association. We focus, we have made a plan for 4 years. So next year will be the last year of our program. This is in Dutch, but I've translated some of the things. I think this is of most interesting for you. Biodiversity, to promote biodiversity as a very important subject for local municipalities. And the second one is also very important, to promote canopy cover instead of the number of trees that you are planting in your city. Because lots of aldermen get the task, yeah, we want the city to be more greener, so you have to plant, let's say, 5,000 trees, but you don't have space. So these trees are planted in small, I don't know the right word in English, but they're not able to grow. So there should be more emphasis on canopy cover. I'm certain you have heard of the 330-300 rule from Konijnenberg, Cecil, and a lot of Dutch cities have adopted these rules, this rule to give for their policy. Even kijken. Nature-based solutions, nature inclusive, but it was also addressed by Kevin, is also very important. And last but not least, there's also a financial aspect on greening the city. And most of the time, green is only on the balance as costs. And the benefits are not on the balance. So we are promoting that the profits of green should become on the city balance too. Climate adaptation, now heat and drought problems. In the Netherlands, there's a national policy. It's called soil and water. So all of the towns have to make plans according to the soil and water that is available in their area. We also have some subjects on circularity, because, you know, public space, we have a lot of materials, not only plants and trees, but pavement, lightning poles. So it's a lot of material that can be used and reused. So that's very important for us too. And the second bullet is that we want to diminish the CO2 carbon, what do you call it? Okay. And so a lot of companies in the Netherlands are going to electric vehicles, and they are willing to do that. But the municipalities, you know, they have to take it into their long-term policy, because all those companies, they have to invest in electric vehicles. Second problem is, of course, that if you have an electric vehicle, you must be able to charge it. And so that's also a point of attention. Then we also have some objectives for ourselves. We want to, I'm not the youngest one of our association, but we want more young people. So we try to unite with universities and to get more young people into our association. And of course, on the last bullet, we really want to keep working on international connections with the IFME, that's the International Federation of Municipal Engineering, and World Urban Parks. We were, from the Netherlands, we were one of the founders of IFPRA, the predecessor of World Urban Parks, and we are trying hard to get, especially World Urban Parks Europe. Carl is over there, stand up, Carl. Carl is the chair of World Urban Parks Europe. If you want to join us, go to Carl, and we are going to organize all kinds of things to get World Urban Parks Europe better in the picture. We do that because we want to work on the future green city, and as I explained before, the future green city is a future that's being built by civil engineers and green professionals. And only if these two groups are working together, then we can face the problems that we have to face. And in September we had the Future Green City Congress in the Netherlands. And here's coming a movie again with sound. Hello? Sound?
Hello everybody, welcome here to the Future Green City Congress in the beautiful city of Utrecht. Are you ready to build a city? Okay. Let me share something about the program, because the program is filled with 200 inspiring sessions and there's more than 400 speakers.
Because we cannot allow us to design cities from one perspective. That's why I'm so happy that so many people from 58 countries are here today. With all these smart people, I guess we will manage.
This event is important because we face a lot of challenges. I think in this Future Green Cities event, a lot of these challenges are brought together.
I really like the debate. I like the opening and meeting other people, all kind of disciplines coming here.
I think what is very important that as a government you have a long-term and unwavering vision of where do you want to be in a city in the future.
In my body to make the world greener.
Istanbul is very crowded city and we have big challenges. We are learning a lot of lessons and best practices. For example, Sponge City, it's a very good example and we would like to also apply in our city.
But it's much more important to ensure that you've got the right plants in the right place.
The challenges that we face are coming fast and rapidly.
75% of the infrastructure that's needed for cities by 2050 doesn't even exist today.
Yeah, I think it's important to keep on sharing knowledge, to learn from each other, and of course it triggers more innovation. I always believe in collaboration, so it's how can we collaborate to create a greener city.
So that's about the Future Green City, which I hope you will all work on. And that's my story. Thank you.